Bear was the first dog either one of us ever had. We learned some wonderful, great life lessons from Bear and Moose. My first lesson I learned was, when my alarm clock would go off in the morning, you know what Bear would do? He would leap out of bed, yippee, it's a new day, and his little tail's wagging, going just as fast, and he could hardly wait to start the day. And right about now, most people say, well, he was just excited because he had to go out and do his business. But I say to you, don't we have to get up and do our business, and we're not that excited about it, are we? No. My dad's time was coming to an end, about the 5th month. We knew his time was coming to an end. The hospice nurse called me one day at work. I was going to see him every week. Hospice nurse called and said, this is probably going to be your dad's last day. Tom and I went to see him at their house. And remember how I told you that we always thought we'd lose him because of his heart? His heart actually kept him going for 3 more days. So I stayed right at my mom's house. Every morning when I woke up at my mom's house, did I say, yippee, it's a new day? I absolutely did. What did I have to be thankful for? Another day with my dad, but most importantly, being at my dad's bedside when he wanted me most, and being by my mom's side when she needed me most. He passed away on St. Patrick's Day. He was born on St. Valentine's Day. So in my heart, he truly is a saint. Okay, so can everyone please stand up? And please sit down. Okay, so was it easier to stand up or sit down? Sit down, all right? When life gives us challenges, where do we go? We go down, okay? We have very important choices when we are faced with adversity. We can choose to allow adversity to get the best of us, bring us down, or we can get the best of adversity. It's much harder to stand up than it is to sit down. It's a lot easier to go down, okay? It's a lot easier to go to that negative place than it is to find that resilience and go to a higher place. But I will tell you, the higher place is a lot better place to be. But it takes a choice, it takes effort, it takes making a difference in your day, but you can do it. You can do it. So, do you want to get the best of adversity, or do you want adversity to get the best of you? Allow your challenges to build you up and make you stronger, rather than tear you down and make you weaker. All right, so I introduced you to my 2 dogs, Moose and Bear. When I'm at home, in my office, working on the computer all day, not my favorite place to be. Don't get along with computers too well. I tend to get very lethargic. So I recognize those moments, and I think, okay, I have to stand up and I have to do a nice stretch, okay? But I don't do any old stretch. I have 2 dogs who have taught me many wonderful lessons. I do a dog wash stretch. And what do dogs do when they're wet? They shake. So we're all going to do a dog wash shake together. And what they do is they start with their heads, they get their heads going, then they get their shoulders going, then they get their front legs, their torso, their rear legs, and the last thing they shake is their little tails, and they shake, 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 shake. We have more ways to communicate, yet our communication seems weaker than ever. We have more ways to connect with one another, yet we seem more disconnected than ever before. The question is, why is it that we keep them so close at hand? They're usually within an arm's reach. Fear of missing out. We are afraid we're going to miss something. Heaven forbid you find out something before I do. We can't have that now, can we? Okay? So have you ever stopped to consider and be afraid of what you're missing in this present moment because you are so distracted by what you're missing over here, that you're missing something very valuable in this present moment? After they settled down a little bit, my Uncle Joe turned to my mom and said, "So where do you live?" And my mom said, "I live in Maine." My Uncle Joe said, "Small world. My little sister Annie lives in Maine." My mom said, "Joe, it's me, it's Annie." And we know for a split second, by the twinkle in his eye, the nod of his head, which was a mannerism he had his whole life, that he knew that was his little sister Annie. That was the best gift I ever could have hoped for my mom's 80th birthday. If I had been so distracted, worrying about what I was missing on my mobile device over here, I would have missed that very precious moment, never to have that again. My Uncle Joe passed away 10 months later. That was my mom's last interaction with her older brother. Don't be afraid of what you're going to miss on that mobile device. Be afraid of what you're going to miss in this present moment. This is where we make the memories. This is where we make the difference in people's lives and our own life. This is my Aunt Mary, my Uncle Joe, and my mom sitting on the porch swing. Bet you can't tell who my mom is. Everyone says, "Oh, you look just like your mother." And I say, "Thank you. I love being told I look like an 80-year-old woman." Bear was our first little puppy, our first little chocolate lab. And when we got Bear, and then we ultimately got Moose a few years later too, my husband wanted to teach both of them that when a car drove in our driveway, they had to get up onto the porch and they had to sit and they had to wait for that car to park and be turned off before they could get off the porch, because we didn't want them to get hit by a car. So every night when I'd come home from work, that was his little practice session for training them. They had to get up onto the porch, they had to sit there, they had to wait for me to park the car, shut the engine off, and open my door. And anyone who knows dogs, and they have to sit and they're excited, what do? Maybe wag their tails so fast their whole little bodies just shake with excitement. So every night when I get home, and still now it's just Moose, but still sitting there shaking just like this because he's so excited. As soon as I shut the car off and open the door, they leap off the porch, come running over to me, smother me with hugs and kisses. I could have had the worst day ever, and what happens in that moment? All melts away. That's the power of the echo phenomenon. Think about how you greet your family when you go home at night. Okay? My husband is always saying, "How come Moose always gets the first kiss?" And I say, "Well, if you sat on the porch and shook your tail like he does, maybe you'd get the first kiss." But he hasn't done it yet, so he doesn't get the first kiss. So who would like to take a ride on the Thunderbolt with me? I'd like to have 5 volunteers. 1, welcome to Kennywood Park, home of the Thunderbolt roller coaster. Please stay behind the yellow line. Wait till the train comes in and makes a complete stop before boarding. Hey ladies, isn't this exciting? I'm so excited. Okay, here it comes. Okay, everybody jump right in. Okay, now remember, this is one of those old wooden coasters, so it just has a seat belt, so make sure you put your seat belts on. Okay, all right, and hold on. Now I'll tell you, before we leave the station, there's a dip right there. You cannot see it, but as soon as we leave, we're gonna go down that dip and it's gonna just take your breath away. So hold on and be ready. Okay, everybody ready? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, those old rickety roller coasters, those wooden ones. Okay, going around a big turn. Woo! All right, now we're climbing the biggest dip. Now, if you look over here, if you dare, look over here, there's the Monongahela River, the old steel mills of Pittsburgh. And then if you look over here, there's all of Kennywood Park, big old oak trees. And if you look straight down there, if you dare, there's the potato patch. They make the best hand-cut French fries. We'll go there afterwards. For obvious reasons, we didn't go there before. So we're gonna get up here, and there's 3 dips. You go down one dip and you turn, you go up and you go down another dip. It is just wild. So is everybody ready? You ready? Okay, you got your cell phones? Don't anybody drop their cell phone. We don't want to get that mobile device out of our reach. Okay, here we go. Woo! Okay, here we go around the corner. Woo! Another dip. Woo! Okay, climbing up one more dip. Here we go. Woo! Okay, one more and then we're in the station. This is just a little whee! Oh, okay, and we're back in the station. Okay, and we'll exit this way. And you guys want to go have some potato patch fries now?
Yes.
Okay, right. Don't forget to have a good laugh. I don't have to tell you that laughter is the best medicine, and it's the best when it's shared with someone else. That's Moose. He loves to make me laugh. What are you grateful for most in life? Take time to appreciate and be thankful every single day. My husband says, aren't you thankful for me? How come you never have a picture of me up here? I said, I'm very thankful for you, but you don't get the oohs and ahs that Bear and Moose get. Remember the power you have every day with making a difference in the lives of your residents, your clients, your coworkers, your family, your friends, your community members, everyone you encounter. And remember, enjoy today while you have today to enjoy, beginning with every sunrise. You truly make a difference in all you do.